Go!
Global divide, global south and global north.
The concept of gap between the global north and the global south in terms of development and wealth in classifying countries. In the 1980s, the Brand Line was developed as a way of showing how the world was geographically split into relatively richer and poorer nations.
Global north and global south are terms that denote a methods of grouping country based on their defining characteristic with regard to socio-economics and politics. The names of global north and global south refers to a way classifying nation according to their distinctive socio-economics and politic traits.
Go!
According to the UN Trade and the Development, the Global South broadly comprise African, Latin America, and the Caribbean Asia, including Israel, Japan, and South Korea, and Oceania, including Australia and New Zealand.
In general, the Global South is defined by UNCTAD as Africa, Latin, in America and the Caribbean, Asia excluding South Korea, Japan, and Israel, and Oceania excluding Australia and New Zealand.
Global South countries are most commonly identified as lacking in their standard of living, which includes having lower income, high levels of poverty, population growth rates, indicate housing, limited educational opportunities, and deficient health system, among other issues.
Additionally, these country cities are characterized by their poor infrastructure.
Okay na. Opposite to the Global South is the Global North, which the UNCTAD described as broadly comprising
The majority of the countries in the Global South are commonly characterized as having no standard of living, including low incomes.
high rates and poverty, rapid population growth, indicate housing and limited access to education, and indicate health system, among others problems. The two terms do not refer to the northern or southern hemisphere because many countries in the global south are geographically located in the former. In many countries in the global north are geographically located in the latter, America and Europe, Israel, Japan, South Korea, and Australia, and New Zealand. Economic classification of the world countries and territories by the UNCTAD in 2023. The global north developed countries is highlighted in blue and the global south developing countries and least developed countries is highlighted in red.
More specifically, the global north consists of the world's developed countries, whereas the global south consists of the world's developing countries and least developed countries.
Global South classification as used by governmental and developmental organization was first introduced as a more open and value-free alternative to third world and likewise potentially valuing terms such as developed and developing.
Countries of the global south have also been described as being newly industrialized or in the process of industrializing. Many of them are current or former subject of colonialism. UNCTAD's 2023 economic classification of the world nation and territories show the global south ay developing and the least developed nation in the red and the global north ay developed nation in blue.
More precisely, the world's developed nation make up the global north, while the world's developing and less developed nation make up the global south.
The Global South classification, as employed by governmental and developmental organizations, was initially presented as a more flexible and value-free substitute for Third World.
And similarly, potentially valuing terms like developed and developing. The Global South nation have also been characterized as recently industrialized or industrializing. Many of them are either the present or former targets of colonialism.
Political and economic freedom as measured by various freedom indices, as well as disparities in wealth, economic development, income, and quality.
And democratic strength are frequently used to characterize the global north and global south.
Among other things, nations in the global north are often wealthy and able to export produced goods with cutting-edge technology.
Countries in the global south, on the other hand, are typically poorer and more reliant on their primary economic sectors, which are primarily based on agriculture.
Some academics have argued that the global north-south quality gap has been closing as a result of globalization.
The phenomenon of South cooperation to challenge the political and economic dominance of the North has gained popularity among the countries of the global South since World War II.
It has also influenced the diplomatic policy of the more powerful countries of the global south, including China.
Others have challenged this claim, arguing that the global south has actually become poorer vis-a-vis the global north in this same time frame.
In light of the geographical migration of manufacturing and production activity from the global north to the global south.
As a result, these modern economic trends enhance the historical potential of economic growth and industrialization in the global south amid renewed targeted effort by the SSC to loosen.
The structures imposed during the colonial era and transcends the boundaries of post-war political and economic geography as a part of decolonization.
According to some economists, the North-South difference may narrow as a result of free trade and unrestricted capital flows between nations.
In this instance, more than equitable trade and capital flows will be enable developing nations to advance economically.
There is evidence that some South American nations are establishing high level of South aid, and Brazil, in particular, has been praised for its high end aid levels 1 billion annually.
Ahead of many traditional donors, and its capacity to use its own experiences to provide high school levels of expertise and knowledge transfer.
This has been referred to as global model in waiting United Nations, has also established its role in reducing the gap between.
By 2015, the Millennium Development Goals were to be accomplished in both the North and the South. In 2015, 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) took their place.
Include eradicating extreme poverty and hunger, achieving universal access to education and healthcare worldwide, empowering women and promoting a gender equality, lowering child mortality, improving maternal health, preventing HIV and AIDS.
A UN resolution known as the 2030 Agenda includes the SDGs, which were established by the UN General Assembly in 2015 and are meant to be accomplished by 2030.